Life is always swinging in this big town.
Peak hour morning and afternoon every working day. More than 1,500 State Transit Sydney buses on the street. Australia's largest city, Australia's largest bus fleet. Twice each day during peak hour, our bus radio network is under pressure. Delays will occur. Your call will be placed in a queue. 11 Sydney depots, garages and supervisors need to be contacted by buses with problems. Our radio control room is located next to the police and RTA at number 1 Oxford Street, Darlinghurst. A staff of 9 working 7 shifts on weekdays and 5 shifts on weekends maintain our network 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every day of the year. The bus radio system covers the entire Sydney bus network and operates on 3 channels: north on Channel 1, east on Channel 2, and south and west on Channel 3. There are separate channels for supervisors and technicians. If there is a red dot on the right-hand side of the channel number, or if the screen is blank, your radio is faulty. Make sure this bus is booked in for repair. In the radio control room, calls are logged into the consoles on a first-in, first-served basis. 10 calls can be received at any one time on any of the 3 bus radio channels. So if you are registered as the 8th call on the radio controller's console, then you will have to wait until all calls before yours are attended to. Calls cannot be selected in order of importance. The radio controller must acknowledge every call regardless of the operator's reason for calling. During peak periods, call delays can cause frustration for bus operators with a genuine problem. If you are approaching a terminus staffed by a Customer Service Coordinator or CSC, you may get them to assist with a minor problem, such as an adjustment to your running time or an AFC problem. Radio control will need to know your run, route and staff numbers, your exact location and your reason for calling. It is essential that you have this information ready before you place your call. Time on the radio could affect another bus operator's more serious problem. We use a telephone-style handset instead of the conventional 2-way radio hand mic. This is to ensure that your conversation remains private once the handset is picked up. The radio unit does have a loudspeaker, which is used for general broadcasts and paging an individual bus.
Your attention to general broadcast.
Our radio call techniques remain the same as if you were using a conventional 2-way radio. You must press the handset button before you speak. Pause for a second before giving your message because there is a transmission delay. The first few words will be lost if you rush straight into your message. Speak slowly and clearly. Don't shout. Keep your message as short as possible. This will avoid needless delays, with Radio Room asking you to repeat information. To signify that you have finished speaking, always use the word over, then pause and release the handset button to allow radio control to respond.
Over.
The radio controller needs to receive your information in a clear and simple manner to ensure that response to your problem can be made as soon as possible. Radio control may have to contact your depot, garage or both. In some instances, a 3-way link may need to be established. If asked to stand by, do not replace the handset. All this takes time, so be sure to have all relevant information ready. This will make your call easier to respond to. Inside State Transit buses, there are 2 different types of radios. The older style, FM 900, and the newer style, PRM 8030, currently being fitted to all new buses. To make a call on the old-style FM 900, press the send button. The display will go blank momentarily, and then CP will be displayed. This indicates that your call has been placed. If the radio reverts back to the channel number, your call did not log in. Press the send button again. When your call is acknowledged, you will hear an audible tone. The radio will display CA, and you will be asked to pass your message. Always respond with your reason for calling. Do not volunteer any further information. Wait for the radio controller's questions. Radio control may require further information at this point. Are there any passengers on board? Is there any relief involved? Or any other information relevant to your schedule?
Okay, thank you.
To signify that your call is finished, end your message with the word
Okay, thanks,
out.
Control. Out.
On the new PRM 8030 radio, any of the 4 buttons on the bottom of the radio can be used to place a call. The talk button on the new radio is located on the side of the handset. Have all your information ready before you place your call. Correct call procedures make the system function more efficiently, reducing delays and frustration. To ensure that accurate records are kept of all radio messages, the radio controller must record all calls in a diary before entering them into a computer database. As a backup, every call that is made on our network is recorded on voice-operated digital tape machines. Research of our network records indicate that one of the major bottlenecks causing radio response delays during peak periods is the large number of unnecessary calls. During peak periods, use the radio only if the safe operation of your bus is affected, or you are confronted by a situation that will seriously affect the operation of services. In many cases, you may be able to continue to your destination and use a telephone to call your depot. You can also see the CSC at a major terminus. Every one of our buses is fitted with 2 emergency buttons. One on the panel under your cash tray to the left of the driver's seat, and the other on the floor under the footrest to the left of the steering column. These buttons should be used only if the life or physical well-being of any person is threatened. It is very important that you hold the button down for at least 3 seconds to ensure that your call registers. When you press the emergency button, the control unit will go blank. If possible, check to see that this has happened. On the old-style FM 900, when radio control acknowledges your call, a small LED light will be activated to show that they have received your call. On the new style PRM 8030, the screen will display channel 4 or the letter H. This indicates that radio control has received your call. Your handset is turned off, and a hidden microphone is activated that will hear any conversation on the bus. Your emergency becomes radio control's priority. The entire radio channel is put on hold until the emergency procedure is completed. For the next 15 to 60 seconds, dependent on the type of radio you are using, radio control can hear you but cannot talk back to you. This is to ensure your safety in any possible violent situation where a loud response may endanger your life. If you are not in personal danger, you should keep repeating vital information such as your exact location, the problem, and any assistance you may need.
Good morning, Police
Radio control can then arrange for any emergency assistance that you require to proceed to your location. If you are not in danger, do not leave the bus, as control may need further information from you. There may be a small delay if the controller has to end a call with another operator. These small delays make it critical for you to keep repeating information until radio control can respond. If radio control believes that you are in danger, they can reactivate the hidden microphone. This can be repeated as often as required to prevent any third parties from knowing you have pushed the emergency button. Every situation is affected by a different set of circumstances, and every individual's reaction to those circumstances will be different. As professional drivers, You are expected to be able to assess your situation and respond sensibly with the best interest of your passengers in mind. Remember, unnecessary use of the emergency button or the two-way radio causes needless delays throughout our radio network. Was it really necessary to place your call?
Yes, radio, I require a changeover.
Well, moving Sydney, where do you get off? Do it in your big machine, let your hair down. Call me anytime you want. Life is always swinging in this big town. Well, moving Sydney, tell me you are real. I also say you're crazy with a funk bass feel. Take you anywhere you want. Life is always swinging